Hello, hello, YouTube land. This is EMP.Money. This is our daily live AMA and Detonator rollover event. My name is AJ. I'm one of the project leads here at EMP, and I'm joined by my co-host with the most, Bull Gates. Bull, how are you today?
Excellent, my friend. How's it going down in your neck of the woods?
Good, brother. We're getting some rain again today here in rainy or sunny South Florida. But yeah, so I might cut out later if the stream dies. You guys know that the power went out. So anyway, we're gonna get things kicked off with good vibes like we always do. Our good friend Defi Proof and his hit single EMP that he did for us. So all right, here we go.
Let's go, guys! Pump it! Pump, 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 pump it!
That's right, Neva.
Coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'm killing every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal beat.
Are you ready for some Becky dance, guys?
Gotta take some shit, stick it in the boardroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP
Let's
and then a metal beat. Myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some shit, stick it in the boardroom.
Awesome, there you have it. We even had the Meebo remix for DeFi Proof today. So, yeah. Alright, awesome. We're going to get it started here. Bull, I'm going to start off with some updates, but I know we've been really slacking on getting to questions, so hopefully we have some backlogged. If not, feel free to join us. If you do have a question, please type it down below in the YouTube comments or join us over on Telegram. And you can ask live. So let me go ahead and get into some updates real fast. Before I get into that too, I don't know if she is on. I know she had to leave early today, so I was going to let her talk before we ended. LA, are you there?
I don't see her on the list, AJ.
Nope, me neither. All right, well, when LA gets in, I'll let her speak. There she is.
Very good.
LA, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Awesome. Alright, sorry about that. Again, I'm the king of putting you on the spot, but I know you had to leave early. But any news on merch?
You really did tonight. I just got out of the shower.
Alright, no worries. Well, I can
No,
go.
no, I
Alright,
told you to, so you're good.
alright, no worries.
No, yeah, no, merch is coming along super well. The whole store is built now. We have some really, really, really exciting stuff in there. We have tons and tons of new designs. So AJ and I had a meeting the other day. We were freaking out about how awesome everything looks. We just ordered a couple samples of stuff to make sure the quality is really high of the new stuff. And as soon as those items come in, we can launch the new store.
Perfect. Yeah, short and sweet, LA, for sure, and that's 100% the case. We wanted to add a bunch of new products. We thought it'd be easier to bring the site down for a few days while we got all that figured out. One of those main items are embroidered hats, and so we just need to wait for the samples to come in so that we know the embroidery is on point. and then we can open it back up. So I know I kind of jumped the gun. I said hopefully by this coming Friday. We're gonna still shoot for that, but it may be a little bit longer. But um, get your fiat ready because there's some designs and some patterns of shirt that you're gonna have to have. So really excited
We're,
about that.
we're literally freaking out behind the scenes. Like,
Yeah,
we can't wait for you guys to see everything.
so true, no doubt. It's awesome. So all right, thanks, LA. Good deal. So I'll just get a few updates again. I want to try to leave a lot of room today. We've been going nonstop around here. But the first is GoldBridge. So those of you that were around yesterday, we had an AMA with our very own Crypto Mike and Jonathan Seller on their new project, GoldBridge. And so this is a great opportunity to earn outside of crypto. It's a sacrifice to getting access to a fund that is essentially doing scalp trading on the gold markets. So with the current economy being the way it is, it's nice to have risk adverse investment vehicles, and we really think that this would be a good solution for that. So I've invested heavily. The EMP Treasury has also invested to produce yield for us and have revenue streams coming in. Their projected target is about 8%, up to 8% a month. If you're a part of EMP, you will see I gave everybody a private code earlier this week to get in. You get a little bit of a bonus, and that was a thank you for all your support here at EMP and why being involved in EMP not only pays dividends from our protocol, but it also pays, in other opportunities as well. So Mike was very generous in presenting that to our community, and that's only for the first month, and then everybody else gets the same. But yeah, so we're really excited about that. We have a new banner ad up on Detonator for GoldBridge, and we think that we can see some killer results in the next few months to hopefully years to come. And the community has already shown up because as I checked right before the AMA, we've been able to sacrifice about almost $500,000. So that's really, really encouraging. And again, that will help all of us be able to have income coming back in, hopefully, potentially. Again, no expectations of profit from the work of others, but if they can deliver on what they're hoping to, then that's money coming back to the mothership of EMP. So, really exciting stuff. Bull, you want to add anything about GoldBridge real fast?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I know there was a little bit of a discussion maybe where people are maybe disappointed with that 8%, but if you look at the totality of like outside of crypto, like 8% in a month is amazing. 8% in crypto in a month is actually amazing given the current state. I think people in crypto tend to get a little bit spoiled, and this isn't a criticism of people, but myself included, we tend to look at those numbers on like the stock market or commodities or any trading, in traditional finance, and say, that's nothing. I do that sleeping in crypto overnight. And I think the thing to look at is that the total crypto market is down. EMP is doing really well, given the state of the entire market. We're still trending upwards. If you're farming, you're earning, and that's the important thing. Another important thing AJ's always mentioned is not liquidating your position at EMP to test something else out. But if you have something that's underperforming and you're losing, 10, 20% a month, that 8% should look mightily attractive to you because, that's outside of crypto. Gold is typically a very good hedge when times are uncertain in financial markets. This isn't financial advice. It's just a kind of a call to action to take advantage of opportunity and at the very least explore those options that Jonathan and Mike presented you with, because at the end of the day, 8%, 10% that first month is is infinitely better than losing 10, 20, 30, 40% in a month in a down market. So I would encourage everybody to reevaluate your platforms, wherever you're invested, anything that's underperforming, kind of maybe do a deep dive on why it's performing the way it is, have some idea of what you think it's going to do in the future market wise, and that particular token or ecosystem that you're in, if it's underperforming, do some reevaluation with your portfolio, and look at the options that are presented with you that are actually performing better.
Absolutely, Bull. Yes, great. Again, advice, not financial advice, but great insight into what, again, we see. And I've been in crypto a long time, and the fact that, this opportunity has been presented, I've never seen anything like it before, where we're essentially utilizing the blockchain infrastructure to get access to a, non-blockchain product. It's really very interesting. So, and again, we have full videos on that. Please watch the old AMA. There's no reason to FOMO. The sacrifice phase is open for about another 5 days. I believe we'll do a definite countdown when that ends. Again, I don't want to speak for the team, but the idea is that there is no additional sacrifice phases that are guaranteed. The hope is that they can open it up once a month. But again, it just depends on how the fund is performing and all the other things happening in the background. But again, it's a sacrifice, no expectation of profits from that. This just could be access to a very lucrative situation. So, all right, awesome. Two more things. One thing was Detonator. Oh my God. For those of you that haven't been around the last 24 hours, yesterday was our largest volume day in Detonator to date. There was two last minute snipers. One was about 930 LP, and then about 1 second later, 1000 LP came in over top. And it's just incredible. That means that in the last 10 minutes of Detonator, between those snipes and compounding, we added about 3,000 LP to the contract, and that's about about $200,000 in the last 30 minutes of Detonator coming in. So really an incredible day for Detonator. It's continuing to shine and be a really special contract on top of our platform, and a special contract in all of DeFi. So, and this is all while, again, we're in the depths of a bear market. So, just really exciting day for Detonator. Super healthy, and we'll see if we get another large snipe today. Again, we're starting these AMAs an hour earlier, so we end on Detonator. But I just want to mention that real fast. And then one last thing. Actually, I lied. Two more things. So, one last thing was zapping. So I get this question all the time, and it blows my mind that some people still don't really understand what I'm about to say, and that's no fault of theirs. It's just, again, I think it's a disconnect that we need to make everybody aware of. So, you're zapping. When you zap, ZAP, it's on our homepage. It's a way to create LP pairs on automatically. So again, maybe you're a new DeFi user, you don't know how to make your own LP pair. An LP pair is half Ethereum, half EMP. You can create it on PancakeSwap, and it pairs it up into a new LP token. Well, zapping does that for you automatically, but if you zap EMP itself, that's actually selling half of your EMP. So again, we say, don't sell EMP, especially when we're below peg, because, not only is it hurting you as the investor, but it hurts our peg. It's not good for the protocol. So if you're zapping, please make sure you're using an asset other than EMP. Again, there's a fine line of, we as a protocol would rather have you zap EMP than sell it outright. But really, you should avoid zapping EMP and selling EMP at all costs. So again, zapping is actually selling half of your EMP to make the LP pair. So Bull, you want to elaborate on that a little bit? I think there's still some confusion, and I don't know, maybe you can explain it a little better.
Yep. Sorry, I just had myself on mute. Yeah, like AJ said, the really important thing to make sure that you do is that you're using not EMP to zap in, right? Because anytime that EMP is sold, that's going to hurt the protocol. That's going to hurt you. And when people tend to see red candles because they're not involved in the community, people get a little bit crazy and concerned. But at the end of the day, the real simple thing to remember is, you know, do not zap in EMP because you're only, hurting yourself, so to speak. You're selling the seeds to your farm before you get a chance to plant them.
For sure. And again, I think it just has to do with education. I think people
Yep.
just don't realize that that's what's actually happening. So if we can curve that as well, I think we'll have an even better time, getting back to PEG. Because I actually had two people today that are OGs that really didn't even realize that. So hopefully that helps. Again, spread the word on that. Zapping is very productive. Just zap any other asset other than EMP. And, again, if you have excess EMP to begin with, even now, since the Boardroom has not been printing, then it's a more of a fundamental issue with your allocation. So if you're having this EMP left over and you don't know what to do with it, chances are you're not heavily enough in the farms to be producing eShare to pair up with that EMP, because the holy grail is having fresh capital to pair with your EMP to then go into LP, because that is not only the most amazing for the protocol, but it also literally helps you earn twice as fast in the farms than if you're zapping EMP alone. So again,
Yep.
if anybody doesn't understand that, please feel free to reach out or look at some old videos that will help kind of reinforce that. So, all right, I think that was it. I have one more point, but I can't remember what I was
I-
going to
I'll,
say. So,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll,
go ahead, Bull.
I'll, yeah, I'll chime in while you think on that. And so you had mentioned something about even if it's a small amount, and I think a lot of people tend to forget that, we're all owners of the protocol here, and a lot of times I think there's a impression that people have in their mind that, oh, I'm so small, it's never even going to get noticed. And this isn't to like sell shame or anything. It's an observation that people tend to think that they don't have an impact one way or another, be it negative or positive, but you do. Um, Everything that you do has an action. And, Machi has a really good expression that the system is just a reaction to your actions. And if you don't like the reaction from the system, you need to change your action. And that is, it's really powerful because it applies to everyone, regardless if, you're selling, $1 of EMP or 1,000. Now it's true that that candle will show up about a lot better on $1,000 sell. It'll be a bigger red candle, but the reality is that when you're selling EMP, the seeds for your farm, so to speak, um, that does have a negative impact on you because you're hurting your ability to earn in the future and you're hurting the protocol. So you have to realize that every action that you do has a positive or a negative reaction from the system, and so that if you just imagine that there's 1,000 people here, and 1,000 people just kind of say, oh, okay, well, what the heck, I'll just sell $5 of EMP, it won't make a difference. Well, if everybody thought that way and all of a sudden there was a $5,000 sell candle, and it looked like a big candle, people would be like, well, people from outside the system, or more or less, would be like, well, why is that happening? Is there some type of problem? No, nothing has fundamentally changed here. All the pieces are in place, the same as they were 6 weeks ago when eShare was at 3,000. So nothing has changed. It's just a matter of confidence and action, and the system's reaction to people's actions. So never underestimate your ability to impact the system either negatively or positively. And that doesn't just go in regards to investing money. It goes into, like we talk about here a lot, is in the investment of your human capital. When you invest, if if you think you're just a small little fish and you can't do anything, well, if you get involved in the forum or in the channels, be it Discord or YouTube or clapping on Medium, all of that has a positive impact on everybody that sees your interaction with it. The same as when people don't engage in the system and they're not on the channel interacting with people, it's hurting them in the long term, and it's also hurting the system too, because people don't understand what's going on here with the protocol. They're just looking at the charts, and they're robbing themselves of the opportunity of actually getting involved in the community and learning from one another. And like we've said a number of times, there are so many smart, just wonderful people here that are willing to share their time, their education, their knowledge of the system, the better ways to protect like your wallets through safety mechanisms. And who am I getting feedback from? Is that you, AJ?
Probably. Sorry.
Um,
Can you hear me now?
oh yeah, no, yeah. Okay, no worries. But the point is that through interaction and engagement, we can learn so much from one another. The things that the blank spots that we have, their knowledge can fill that in and make you a more complete investor and give you a reason to really stay around crypto. But all of that starts with a little bit of investment, of human capital, and directly related to that is the financial capital also, is because those are the things that immediately show up on the charts. The things that don't show up on the charts are all the hours that people put in to learn, all the hours that people put in to share and help one another. Those are only really reflective in price, but it is hard to quantify, but it's there. And all I'm trying to get people to do is look at that. Everybody here is vitally important to the success or failure of the platform, and you truly are the owner, an owner here when you hold EMP and when you hold eShare, and especially when you hold those two, but when you interact and share and learn with one another. Those are really incredibly important concepts that we always have to, really look at, because, this really is, so to speak, a masterclass in how to learn and earn together and build an economy.
For sure, Bull, and that's another great question. Another great point rather. I had a question earlier today about, where does EMP, how does EMP produce the APRs, or, where does the money come from, so to speak? And Bull touched on it right there at the end. And it's a true economy. I think a lot of people are still so confused about, how our ecosystem works, because it's what none of us have ever had access to until the blockchain was created. Traditional finance, they are not able to make true economies like this. So, long story short, again, the money comes from the inherent value in eShares. So, because LP farm is rewarded in eShare, that APR will always have a value, because there's always somebody on the other end willing to buy eShare at a certain price. And the higher we go above PEG, the higher the APR, the higher the price of eShare. It's all a positive feedback loop. So again, I know it's a very kind of abstract concept, and people, again, I got a message today. It's like, EMP is a Ponzi scheme. It's like, what? If that's what you think, you have no fundamental concept of how the ecosystem works. We're the exact opposite of a Ponzi scheme, because it doesn't take fresh capital in our system to produce yield. And that's the beautiful part about EMP. You're not relying on somebody buying EMP from you at a higher price like 99% of the other projects out there, meme coins, NFTs with no use case, the whole 9 yards. So, yeah, just when somebody asks where does the value of EMP come from, let them know that it's a true economy. And again, because eShares always have an inherent value by producing more EMP in the boardroom, and it's peer to peer. Like, the eShares that you're selling, there's somebody, another person on the other side, not EMP as a company or whatever buying those e-shares. It's other people. So that's the beauty of it. We're really hands off in the whole ecosystem. I mean, we build contracts on top, like Detonator, to make everything work, provide use case, provide incentive. We're here to create revenue streams to again support the treasury and support the ecosystem. But the day-to-day value is a pure peer-to-peer economy based on again the value of e-shares and how that relates to the protocol. So again, really revolutionary kind of things happening at EMP. You're on the cutting edge of DeFi, so if you understand at least half of what is happening here, then you are way ahead of the game. So, all right, I have three things real fast, and then I know Homebiz Joe had his hand up. I'm gonna go rapid fire real fast. So, JoePVTrader posted an amazing chart and shows the power of our magic autovaults. Make sure you guys check that out on Telegram. We're slowly stair-stepping our way back to PEG, and that's because we're up to about 700K in LP value in Magic Auto Vaults. So again, we've talked at length on how important auto vaults are. I don't want to take any more time today. Listen to our AMA from yesterday that goes over all of that. But the auto vaults are really important, especially when we're under PEG. So check that out. And then one last thing, rapid fire here, was about zapping. So I mentioned zapping into our farms earlier, but I just want to make sure everybody knows too, when you zap into Detonator, everything I said earlier still applies, but it's actually two transactions. So if you're trying to snipe in Detonator, make sure that you leave enough time to approve not only the zapping function, but also the deposit function. So usually they pop up right after each other in your MetaMask, but sometimes the second transaction doesn't pop up. And so the LP is still there in your wallet, but you have to actually submit or deposit the LP into Detonator itself. So, all right, Bull, we have Homebiz Joe, and I thought one other one too.
Yep, yep. Don Mac, and then Fat Bob, in that order.
All right, perfect.
Okay, can you hear me?
Hey, there he is. Go ahead, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, brother. Good.
All right. I've got a quick question. While we're not at PEG, would it not behoove me to take my e-shares or portion thereof in the boardroom and move it into a farm while we're not printing any EMP through the boardroom?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, Joe. And we talked about it a little bit. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, because somebody had this exact question. I think it's really important. So, if you ended up buying e-shares at a very high value and you didn't farm them, then I cannot, in good conscience, tell you to sell e-shares at a loss. So, that being said, though, and again, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just saying theoretically. That being said, if you have farmed your e-share and you're holding on to them, hoping that the price recovers and you're able to basically sell them or do whatever with them at a higher evaluation, you can actually make more money in the short term by selling them now for more ETH or whatever asset you need to pair with EMP to create more LPs to then farm. So again, I never say go all in. I would never say liquidate all your e-shares but and again, this is not financial advice. But you want to make your capital work for you, and if it's just sitting in the boardroom doing nothing, then chances are you can be utilizing it a little bit better to not only earn more for yourself, but also help us recover PEG as well. So, Bull, you want to elaborate? Or I know Machu seems to be here too. He's our math guy. He might be able to elaborate. Will, yeah, absolutely, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, another option is if you, as you said, don't want to sell your e-share at the lower price, would it be the e-share BNB pool? I mean, that's paying 0.39 or 0.4% at the moment. If you have a BNB you compare with, obviously you need to be aware of impermanent loss, but that would be a good option. I know I did that with some of mine.
Absolutely, another great point. And so, yeah, you as long as you have BNB to pair up again, I wouldn't suggest selling half of your E shares to create LP. I mean, you could, but that farm is really powerful, especially when we're below peg. Because again, E share is on the floor as far as what value it will eventually have. Not financial advice. Um, but yeah, so the impermanent loss again is to the upside. You'll have impermanent gain if you're looking to get more BNB out of it as it
Yeah.
grows. So yeah,
Exactly.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead, Joe, or anybody else. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, I just want to give a real world example of one of my really good friends that had around 11 ETH. It was worth around 12,000 when we transferred it, but he had it over in BlockFi, and I told him to get it off of there because of everything going on in the market and Celsius locking funds. I hope Celsius recovers, but in the meantime, if anyone's got funds there, you're kind of stuck. And BlockFi just took a huge loan from FTX to kind of help prevent any issues. But I guess it all depends on how the market goes. So, anyways, I told him while he could get it out of there, put it into EMP that I've been telling you about, and you can literally take that ETH and earn more ETH at a much higher yield. So, what we did was we transferred 12,000 worth of Ethereum into EMP, and this is pinned anyways in Telegram if anyone wants to read the details, but I'll just give a quick summary. What I had him do, and it was it was much easier because he didn't have anything in EMP, so we got the great opportunity to start with a good size amount and to allocate it, but it'll kind of show the power of the system because we were able to build it from the ground up. So what I had him do is we bought roughly one BNB, a little over 250, and that was to fill the tank so that you can conduct the transactions going forward. I had him buy 1 giganode because that immediately bought 8,000 EMP, which helps with PEG. And right now with the Boardroom off, nodes act like a personal Boardroom printer because it emits EMP. But the beauty is it's not freshly minted EMP like the Boardroom, but it's already held in the system, so it doesn't hurt PEG at all. And then I had him buy 257 EMP ETH LPs, around 8,400, and we put those in the farm. And how I came up with that number is just using that formula we have in there. You take the node APR, you divide it by the farm APR, multiplied by what you have for the node cost. And again, I know this is a lot over the phone, but it's in Telegram. But anyways, it was a little over 4 times the amount you needed in the farm. So, but what that did is that allowed him to make 15 E-shares a day, $15. I'm sorry, not 15 E-shares, $15 worth of E-shares in the farm, make $15 worth of EMP from that giganode, and then he could pair that up and create more LPs. It was like a perfectly balanced system to create more LPs in the protocol. And then he wanted some exposure to E-shares being low, so we took a smaller position there, a little over $1,000. And right now, you can't do anything with E-shares in the Boardroom. So what we did was, what Will just said, is we paired it up with BNB. So we bought 1.5 LPs of E-share BNB, put that over into Magic to auto compound, and then he had a little bit of extra of LPs, roughly $400 worth, and we threw those over into Magic, again, to help the PEG to auto compound. But the ability to have the farms and the node create more LPs perfectly balanced was pretty magical. So now here's something real quick. BlockFi only pays 3% on ETH for like the first 0.25 ETH, and then it scales down once you go over 5 ETH to only 0.25. That's annually, not monthly, not weekly, annually. So that means he was making roughly $30 a year with his Ethereum. Right now, he's making $30 a day. That's the difference. And with the boardroom being off and using that node strategy, we could have thrown all the LPs in the farms, but instead, by splitting it up with the nodes, because the farms is paying 0.18, nodes is paying 0.82, we're able to generate the $30 a day at 63% better APR than going all farms. So it's a lot of numbers, but we took the time to break it down and to utilize the system to create that endless profit loop. And I already showed him how it's working, and his mind is blown, and now he's hooked. So I'm sure once he has enough LPs in the system, I can get him to go in the detonator.
Amazing. Yes. No doubt, Joe. I know we got two Joes here, but JoePVTrader. I mean that breakdown that you did, my God, man. If anybody is listening to this, or if you're listening to a recording on YouTube, please go to our Discord or our Telegram and ask for that breakdown that JoePVTrader put together. It is so powerful when you see the actual hard numbers of what proper allocation in the ecosystem looks like, and what it can produce. I mean, it's
it's
invaluable. Yeah.
definitely something I'd have to look at. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot over the phone, no doubt. I know that's probably overwhelming, home biz, but yeah. So does that help? Any other questions, home biz? Go ahead,
Yep.
man. Yeah.
No, I'm good for now. Thank you.
All right, brother. Sounds good. So, yeah, again, to recap, if you do have shares in the boardroom and you have a little bit higher risk tolerance, but even now, I mean, e-shares are on the floor, so it's more impermanent gain than anything. I mean, you will most likely get more BNB and have less e-shares as the price goes up, so just be prepared for that. But you can earn, again, right now, I think it's 0.4 percent a day in that farm. So
Exactly.
cool. All right, awesome, brother.
Good deal. Thank you.
Yep, you got it. All right, Joe. We got it. Or I'm sorry, Joe. Bull. God, I call it all kinds of names. Bull. I got Joe on
That's
the
good.
mind today. All right.
Yeah, man, it's a
Yeah.
great example, like real world use case.
Yes.
I mean, spot.
For sure, bro. All right, we got Don Mac
Done now.
next. Yeah, and then Fat Bob.
Yep.
Go ahead, Don.
Yep.
Hey guys,
How are you, brother?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, man. Good. We're seeing a little bit of a bounce.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, for sure,
Headed
brother.
in the right direction. Headed in the right direction. I just had this insight come to me, and I just wanted to share with you and the group. And if you look at the legacy finance, it's really designed for the 1%. And essentially, it's like, I got mine. I don't care whether you get yours. And that's what the 1% says to the 99%. Or you could think of worse things that it would say to the 99.
For
Like
sure.
F you would be another thing
For
that
sure,
that they
bro.
would say. And you're not part of us. You're not part of the 1%. We don't care about you. You don't matter. I think that's pretty much the underlying thought process. And what I see happening with crypto, especially in the DeFi, is an attempt. I see it with Hex. I see it with PulseX, with a community coming together to be supportive. And I really have this hope that is the future of finance, where it's an EMP is on the leading edge of that, where it's really everybody supporting everybody, instead of, I got mine, I don't care if you get yours. It's more like, how do we all get ours? And I really hope that this is the future of finance. I love being in EMP, and because it embodies, this point that I'm making. That it really is about. It's a community where everybody supports everybody, and it's not just, some communities are about, how can we get the numbers up in a Telegram group? How can we get fake members, so it looks like we're really popular, and there's a lot of active people in our group. I mean, there's so many ways to, even within appearing to be a supportive community, that there's fraud, and yet I think that's getting shaken out, and that's why that's why I say we're leading edge. We're a community that's not like any other, and we're operating in an entirely different paradigm from the legacy financial, and I really hope that that's the future, where people support each other in creating abundance, and I see you doing that. I see us doing that, and I'm happy to be a member of this group.
Hell yeah, Don. That was amazing, bro. You got a smile on my face, man. That well, everything that you just said literally embodies, my mindset on even why we started EMP. I think that the seigniorage model is just so powerful for exactly the reason that you said, that everybody can win, and that's not based on fraud. That's based on actual math. And so that's why when we
Right.
started EMP, that was why we decided to do a seigniorage protocol, because it's one of the only economic models that actually allows for what you're saying. And again, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I think people are so used to traditional finance that when they're introduced to a system like this, they want answers. They want to know, what are you doing? You're making money on fees? Like how does what's the secret sauce? Like they want answers when really it's just that we're able to apply something through the blockchain, that only, like you said, the 1% had access to for thousands of years before us. So yeah, bro, that was a great explanation, and we may have to clip that for a future a future video, bro. That was amazing. So.
And I think the one other thing that stands out that we've all mentioned, and when I first came to EMP, even before I got in, when I was just researching and stuff, and I saw the academy, I think I went into SK Crypto K. I think I went into his group, and I was like,
yeah,
every single DeFi project that's real should have an academy. You guys, you need to check this out, because that's the other thing that's different, is that 1%, they make money because they have like kind of inside information, whether it's politicians,
right,
trading because they're making decisions that affect the stocks they're purchasing, or it's stock brokerages that just are manipulating the prices to take advantage of the people who don't know. So the people who don't know can get taken advantage of. And there's no excuse in this group for anybody to not know. I mean, it's an hour to 2 hours a day. On any question you got, here's the answer. And we got an academy, and we got a Telegram group that's active, a Discord group that's active. There's no excuse for somebody, not know, oh, I'm sorry, I screwed up. I did the wrong thing. Well, if you had 1% wanting to know, you're going to get it in this group.
For sure.
If only 1% intention is to know what's going on, you'll get that in this group with like hands down. So anyway, that's my cheerleader rant for the day.
Yeah, man, you're one of our favorite cheerleaders, Don, no doubt, brother. So, all right, bro. Well, thanks for that wealth of knowledge and that impromptu testimonial of sorts. But yeah, bro,
Absolutely.
we're all on the same page, man. And again, I agree with you. I know it sounds weird coming from a project lead, because it sounds like I'm talking shit to other protocols, but the fact that nobody else, even the legit DeFi projects, have taken the time to do their own academy or have some sort of organized information outside of just a white paper. I mean, that should just show you right there, the commitment that we have, and it blows my mind that no other protocols have taken the time to do that. So yeah, I'm with you, man. I hope every protocol has their own academy moving forward. That would be amazing. So.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
All right, awesome, bro. All right, Bull. We We got Fat Bob up next.
Yep, Fat Bob, Mike, 726 after that, and then Hot Llama had his hand raised, but I'll unmute him after Mike.
All right, Fat Bob, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Not a man, just hanging in there.
Awesome, bro. Yeah, good deal.
No, I just wanted to, talk a little bit about, kind of some of the struggles I have, especially in the bear market right now. It's, staying focused and realizing that you're going to have some kind of delayed gratification. Because if you look at these things all the time and you're like, man, I'm not getting where I want to go. It's not building quick enough. Well, should I look at something else? And you have to really remember to stay focused and really look at this and where this is going to go in the next 6 months, 8 months, a year and a half, to really, compound that money now and compound that Ethereum now to where, when it blows up in a year, your bag is going to triple. And staying focused on that, it's really tough. And I struggle with it all the time. So I just want to let, guys know, hey, you really got to stay focused on what you're doing. Pick a couple of projects, like you said, GoldBridge, is something to look at. But really kind of, keep it simple, stupid, is what I try to do. Sure. And just, remember that it's going to be a delayed gratification game right now, because you're not going to see those big growth, not unless you just dump in 20K or 30K, but a lot of people don't have that. So, it's going to take a year to grow that. And then once ETH goes to $4,000 or $5,000, oh my God, you're going to be like falling over going, what do I do with it all? So I just wanted to kind of put that back out there.
Yeah, amazing insight, Fat Bob, for sure, bro. And you, again, you're an OG, so you've been through it. I know a lot of people, EMP is their first rodeo. Again, lucky them to have this be your first protocol. You have no idea how you have skipped the line of DeFi. But yeah, bro. That being said, absolutely, and we're already seeing it happen. I mean, I know, we're always advocating DCAing, dollar cost averaging. Again, we're seeing a little bit of a relief bounce, but I've said all along, we still may be in for a maximum pain situation where we get one more death candle, and bring BTC down to 11K or who knows. But my point is that we're a lot closer to the bottom than we are to the upside. And I think that as long as you're able to, again, scroll away a little bit into buying at these lower prices, that, like Bob said, when we recover, the LP values, the EMP value, the ETH value, everything should, again, exponentially increase. And Bob, you brought up a great point the last time you were on about side hustles and selling some things around the house you may not need at the moment, because it can have a huge impact buying crypto or income producing assets during bear markets. So you want to touch on that real fast, Bob, too?
I mean, that's just, take advantage of those opportunities. I don't know if everybody knew what I did, but I bought a truck in 2020. I paid $34,500 out the door, and I turned it back into the dealer. They gave me $48,500 for it. So do the math. I walked out of the dealership with over $23,000 in my pocket because I had money down and stuff, trade. So, take advantage of those opportunities because they're not going to last. That bubble, I have a belief is about to blow. So,
for sure.
Definitely, look at, different side hustles. Like, I know out here in Texas, you can do Instacart, on the weekends. And I know people that make $200 or $300 on a Saturday, just doing Instacart. So
there you go. Awesome, bro. Yep. Great advice, Fat Bob. Great to hear from you, bro. Anything else?
All good, man. Y'all take care.
All right, sounds good, brother. And yeah, absolutely. I know Bull and I discussed this too when we were talking about how, we got to where we are in crypto. And I think a huge thing that will help you get ahead of the game is not relying on crypto to, pay your bills. Because in the beginning, I think people have this fantasy that, they can buy a Dogecoin and it does 1,000x and now, you're a millionaire. And yeah, some people have that capability, but that really boils down to pure luck. What is not pure luck is setting up passive income streams through investing, through having a long-term mindset, and through having a day job or a side hustle that can pay your bills, so you're not withdrawing from crypto to cover that. And so I think if you have that mindset first, before the whole get rich quick mindset, then you really can get rich. It's just not get rich quick; it's get rich eventually. So, and yeah, I mean that's been a secret to my success, especially in crypto, is having other income streams so that you can literally compound and focus on building your crypto bag. And then 2 3 years later, and one or two bull markets, you do have enough in crypto to literally live off of it. So yeah, I think that's a really important concept too. And Bull, again, I don't want to dox you, but I think I don't think you sell much crypto, do you, Bull? Yeah.
No, I've already doxed. I've never sold anything. I've only ever reinvest, and it's not to say that I haven't made a lot of dumb choices. I have, but the reality is I believe in crypto, and I just reinvest back into crypto projects that I believe in, and so yeah, it's for me and my wife. It's never been a thing about you know, like I started out mining, and I'll be really brief with this, but I started out mining, and back in that time, there were no calculators, there were no websites like what to mine that would tell you how much you would make per day, etc. It was all speculation on what you thought, was going to be big in the future, and so that's how I approach trading as well, and investing in other platforms. Is I look for certain things, and um, just because it's not paying me, 8,000% a day, like a lot of these projects promise. I know I'm exaggerating on that percent per day, but um, there are many platforms that can overpromise and underdeliver. Most of them do that. They don't have like the liquidity to back up those type of numbers. But the reality is for me, we look at where we think a project can go based on a few different factors, and it's about speculation. But at the end of the day, too, um, a side hustle isn't going, and I don't want to discount a side hustle because at this point in time, it's really really important. But you have to educate yourself too, because what you don't want to do is, have your 9 to 5, so to speak, and then you're really kind of killing yourself in the side hustle, and you're just dumping it down the black hole.
For sure.
And so it's a matter of educating yourself. And what, we talk about that a lot here is investing in yourself through education. And then when you become educated, you really start believing in yourself a lot more. And especially when you can bring in capital and you're educated and you're confident and you have crypto friends and you're in good projects, like all those things are really just going to click for you, and you're not going to say like, oh, okay, well, I'll just cash out right now to so that I can go have a nice dinner. Especially here on the bottom of the bottom of the market, you're really, that would be making a poor choice. But the point of all of this, there are a lot of things that need to coalesce together to um, kind of make it happen for you in the future. And we've talked about those really in great length. So I would encourage everybody to just go back and listen to those things. And I'm just gonna shut up now because there's a lot of people that have their hands raised up here. So
Yeah, no worries, Bull. No, that was good. And again, we're not here to say don't take profit. I mean, please don't get that misconstrued. We're just here to again advocate how to take profits responsibly. And again, if you can compound during bear markets, you have exponentially more to take profits on during bull markets. So, all right, awesome. Who's up next? Halama?
Mike seven two
Oh
six
yeah,
seven eight, and
Mike.
then
Sorry, yeah. Mike, go ahead, brother.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, I might get interrupted here, but I'll try to speak. So, a little game theory here is there's over 6,000 E-shares staked in the boardroom right now, and the APR displayed is 1,000%. I mean, obviously, I know it's not printing, but now if we got a significant amount of those E-shares out of the boardroom, the displayed APR would go up significantly, correct?
So the APR is calculated based on when the actual epoch prints. So that is old data that's just been in there from the last time the epoch printed. So even if we were able to remove those e-shares, it wouldn't update the APR percentages. But yeah, I mean that's a hell of a lot of e-share sitting there doing nothing. And that plays into what I said earlier. I don't know if you were here yet, Mike, but about earlier in the
Yeah.
stream about putting your capital to work, bro, for sure. So
All right. So
but
the
to answer
displayed
your
APR.
question, yeah, the APR would be higher if there were less.
yes, exactly. Sorry. Yeah, if theoretically if we were printing, then yes, the lower the amount of e-shares in the boardroom, the higher the APR because it's being split between less people.
Okay, so it's not going to change then, just because we're not printing.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, that just takes my theory away. I just figured, I know that if the APR displayed went up, if people took their e-shares out, then more people would probably buy e-shares, which would increase the APR in the farms, which would make the autovaults get us back to peg quicker, was my theory, but I didn't know it was just stuff.
Yeah, and that
So
might
I
be.
guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, maybe that is something that we, might be able to do on a front end aspect. But again, I think it plays into what you said a little bit negatively too, because people see that and then they're not familiar with the system, and now, they're APR chasing into the boardroom, and then they get stuck. It's okay now because e-shares are so cheap, but when that happens to you and you don't understand the ecosystem and you buy a $3,000 e-share and then the boardroom stops printing, you go what the hell? So that's what we're trying to avoid through education. But yeah, all right. Does that again, Mike? I know we're all over the place, but does that help you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Awesome, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. No worries, man.
Hot llama.
Halama, go ahead, brother. How are
Hey
you?
guys, how you doing?
Good, man.
Sorry you haven't heard from me in a bit. We had a lot else. We got a lot of outside work going on, and I'm taking opportunity to use the daylight, and so I've been sitting in on the AMAs in person. And I know we only got 14 minutes before the roll, so I don't want to go on. But good to see that there's been a little bit of bounce back for sure, and I just I had a couple of questions. I think some of them might have been answered already, and I'm going to go back and listen to some of the AMAs that I missed, and I'm trying to put sort of take advantage of loading up on ETH and pairing it with EMP, right now.
For sure.
And I got a bunch, and I want to, I bought a node last week, and I also put some in doing whatever I can with the bond. Did a bond, and so like where should I, just like hypothetical question, if I got 1,000 or 50 or 100 LP, what's the best thing I should do right now? Because I pretty much have like my ratio to my farm to boardroom ratio is okay. I'll probably have more heavily in the farms. I've got some LP in the different autovaults, magic, and also what's the other one? The names always escape me.
Yeah,
Yield Wolf.
Yield Wolf or Beefy. Yeah, one of those. Okay.
Yeah, Yield Wolf and Magic, and it sounds like Magic. I'm more heavily in Yield Wolf, so I might put some LP in Magic.
Yeah.
And but I want to do everything I can to help the protocol the best I can right now, and help the community with whatever capital I can put in, fresh capital. So, and I was talking to a guy today who was telling me that he's been day trading on the legacy stock market stuff lately and doing put orders and stuff like that. And I said, well, you consider, I said, now's a great time. He liquidated everything in the last, month. He panicked, liquidated everything he had in the legacy markets, and crypto, he liquidated everything. And I'm like, dude, this is the time to be, not financial advice,
right.
But
this is the time to accumulate, right, Halama? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you should be loading up. And anyway, so that's what I want to do. I want to load up, and I want to distribute and put it in. I'm very EMP. I really believe in this. I want to make sure I have some capital for Pulse Chain.
For sure.
So I don't want to burn out, right? So, and I'm making sure I have some dry powder, just in US.
Yeah,
BUSD.
Yeah.
Just have it available. So, but what should just 30-second advice on what to do, how to sort of best help the protocol.
So yeah, bro. No, I think again, Hatlama, you have a great understanding of the protocol. It sounds like you not only have the protocol, but have a great understanding of how buy the bottom and sell the top. I mean that concept is so simple, but it's amazing how many financial professionals still don't understand that. But anyway, yeah, the 30-second overview would be EMP LP is always king. So I know that you're already heavily rated in the farms, but you can never be too heavily rated in the farms. And on top of all that, it sounds like you definitely need more exposure in the magic farm. So the magic farm is the same thing as Yield Wolf. You just the fees are the same. Actually, they're even a little bit better. Minute better. Maybe you're talking 10 cents better, depending on the size of your bag. But better is better. So not only from the fee aspect, but rather than Yield Wolf or Beefy, they take their cut. And so rather than all of that going to those platforms, Magic takes half of their fees. So it doesn't come out of it doesn't come out of you at all. It takes their fees, and they buy back and burn half of their fees in EMP. So yeah, the short answer is more LPs, and then move more of your position into Magic.
Awesome. Yeah, that helps. And I was trying to explain to this guy, EMP a little bit and why it's different than seigniorage, sort of
for sure
model. And I guess he got burned on Luna. He got burned even on BNB. At one point, he had a bunch of BNB. It dropped. He liquidated, and then it shot up. Well, that's the problem with the day trading craziness. And it's this, think about passive income through, using your, the protocol and making your money work for you, in a very passive way. And it's just residual income, it's going to be there. And he was yeah, but he had a bad taste in his mouth already. But I'm I get it. I mean, I got scammed once, and plenty of people have. He got rug pulled, and that's so everyone's afraid of it. And
for sure, I get it.
Unfortunate, but I can't preach. I don't even know enough about it myself. I mean, I do feel very fortunate that I landed here, quite frankly, with you guys. And I'll just give you one little mistake I made. And Charlie's on a couple of AMAs ago, I pinged Charlie because I went into my farm, how come I didn't generate any, E-share today or anything? And it was 0 staked. I'm what? and because I had a bunch of coin in there, and I guess I accidentally did a claim and withdrawal. So just like we're to the wise out there.
Yes, good point. Yeah.
I meant to claim, and I was zipping through a bunch of stuff, like, and I did a claim withdrawal, and then like I was like, crap, what happened to my? Did something happen? Did somebody hack my account? And so I pinged Charlie, and he was able to confirm that I did a claim withdrawal, and like so just newbie mistake maybe there, but like I missed an earning opportunity for at least 24 hours there by pulling my stake out. So I know there's a new UI coming too, so maybe there's some safeguards built in around that. But
Yeah, no
anyway,
doubt.
just wanted to put that there.
Yep, no doubt, and that's a great point. I know a lot of people. We've all made that mistake. I know, even me.
Yeah.
I made some LP yesterday on my own, and it was just in my wallet for 24 hours, and I forgot to put it in the farm. So yeah, you do have to
Yeah.
kind of pay attention. But that's another great um perk of being in the auto vaults, because if you're in the auto vault,
Mm-hmm.
you know that you're earning no matter what. So. But yeah,
Yep.
absolutely, Halama. So, all right, brother. Well, it's great to hear from you. I'm glad you're
Yeah,
feeling
man.
better and you're back around. And yeah, that was a great question. So, again, you can never have too much LP, even if your ratio is a lot higher in the farms, and definitely get some more exposure in the Magic LP farms. We're at about 700,000 TVL in that farm, and
Yeah, I
my
saw that.
personal
Yeah.
goal was 1 million. So we're almost there, man. And once we
Well,
get
I'll help it
to
out.
yeah, once we get to a million, we should really see the peg start to recover too. So,
Awesome.
all
Thanks,
right.
AJ. Appreciate it.
Awesome, brother. You got it. All right, guys. All right, we're gonna jump into the detonator. Bull, was there any other pressing questions we can take after? Well, I'm gonna pull up my
Yep,
screen.
I messaged Paper Chase and had his hand up, so I messaged him to see if he could do it after the rollover. So I haven't looked, but Paper Chase, and if you're listening and you're going to be here after the rollover, we'll get to you, bro.
All right, perfect. Yeah, and anybody else that may have a pressing question, we can take one or two after the rollover. But here she is, Detonator, our shining light, and our new GoldBridge ad at the top of Detonator. Again, Mike and Jonathan with their tiny faces up there, but that is again a link to GoldBridge. You have the next 5 days to sacrifice, and we're excited to endorse them. Again, this is not an EMP product, but we are fully endorsing it, and it will help our treasury, as we are also a six-figure investor into GoldBridge. So, all right, Detonator. Detonator continues to be an absolute monster. If you want to laugh, go back and listen to the AMA yesterday. I was like, losing my mind at the rollover. We saw almost 3,000 LP enter the pool balance. This is our little crypto game show every single day here, because every day we give away 1% to the largest depositor. And yesterday it was about 900 LP that was then outsniped by 1,000 LP within that 1 minute. Again, it is a game. You always run the risk of being outsniped. That's why we say make your first shot your best shot. And I thought 900 was a pretty damn good shot, but somebody did come in over top. But at the end of the day, and people say, well, man, that guy got wrecked. It's like, no, we're changing the standard here. Anybody that deposits into the protocol, they're able to earn no matter what. And so, yeah, does it suck to not get the bonus? Yeah, absolutely. But nobody's getting wrecked. I mean, you're getting credit for all your deposit. You're able to earn, and the sooner you get into Detonator, the more potential you have of earning. And again, they say the best day to invest was yesterday. And that will always be the case. And that also applies to lottery tickets. So, Bull, you want to go over lottery and why it's so important to maximize your tickets?
Yep. So 2 ways to get a lottery ticket. One is through compounding in increments of 0.12 LP. An LP is just an EMP ETH pair. And so one of those costs you roughly around $5 right now. You can also do it through deposit of fresh EMP ETH into the system, into the detonator. That ticket's around $5 or 0.15 LP. And the great thing about that is at the current moment, there's about 7,000 tickets. So if you put in one ticket, you would have a 1 in 7,000 chance to win $29,000 in LP. Now, AJ is probably going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you in advance that LP, if you're one of the winners, the sniper 1% or you're the lottery 1% winner, you are not going to be able to withdraw that right away and dump it on everybody's head, but that is deposited into your account, and you're going to see 365 on that ROI over time. And so that encourages and increases the longevity and health of the contract, the detonator contract, that is, and allows us to passively earn and keep growing this day after day after day after day.
Absolutely, well said, Bull. And yeah, for sure. The winnings that we're offering are a bonus, and so with a lossless lottery, again, we're all used to. We say the word lottery because it's the easiest for people to understand, but it truly is a giveaway. The lottery and the deposit, top deposit prize, those are giveaways, and they're meant to incentivize people to interact and to deposit. But at the end of the day, as long as you're, even if those incentives were not there, it's still one of the most lucrative ROI contracts that's ever been created. So all of it together creates something super special and something that we haven't seen before in the DeFi space. So, all right, here we go. We're getting close already. We saw 115 come in, largest snipe. We'll see if that holds up. We have about 1 minute and 22 seconds. I'll give a 1 minute warning and a 30-second countdown. Right now, the pool balance is at 77,000. Oh, I see another large compound, I think. 77,816. Again, make sure you compound or claim at least once within the 24-hour window. Any rewards that are not claimed or compounded go back into the pool, which again doesn't affect your principal. It just affects the time it takes the ROI, and it's very bullish for the overall contract. So I think we're going to see an all-time high again today in the pool balance. We're already at 77,800 LP. We should be well over 78,000 by the end of this. So good luck, everybody. Here we go. We're coming in 30 seconds. Again, make sure you compound last minute. Get all the tickets you can, and we'll see if that 115 holds up. It could be a good day to get in cheap on the snipe after a large snipe yesterday. So, all right. 15 seconds.
Life-changing money incoming.
Yep, here we go,
Life-changing money incoming.
Here goes. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 175. Oh, a little snipe. Let's see. Did that take it?
243. Is that late?
243 was just in 4 seconds before rollover.
Wow.
243.
All right, let me refresh. I'm lagging here. Thanks, Will. Our on-chain analysis relayer here. All right, let me refresh. All right. So, wow, we do have a new all-time high. Again, that was about 4 or 5 miniature snipes that came in. The winner at about 245. That's an amazing deal for them. But because of all the game theory and the miniature snipes, the LP balance still ends up growing even after what we're giving away. So the new pool balance is 78,849 LP. Again, a new all-time high today. Next stop is 80,000 LP. I can feel it coming. So we have a total users of 3,275 users. That's some great growth so far over the last 3 months or 4 months. But we could easily see, 10,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 daily active users in the protocol. So Detonator continues to just outperform all of our expectations. And we're now at $2.9 million in the contract. If ETH can continue to rally, we will be well over 3 million bucks in no time. So really, really exciting. Bull, anything else you want to add about Detonator before we take some last minute questions?
Yep. The one of the hidden beauties of Detonator is it's the EMP ETH LP, which is also the farm LP. And so the deeper that pool gets, you can always take, a pail, so to speak, take some of that LP out and then pour it right into Detonator, bing, bang, boom, no problem. You don't have to do any type of conversion. You would just take it off the farm and then deposit it right into Detonator and make sure you're depositing either looking for that snipe, the largest amount, or 7.5 LP so that you get your 50 tickets.
Perfect. Yes, sir. And what did we have ticket count today? Did you have a chance to
Yep.
look at the end? Go ahead.
Yep, it was right around 8,500.
All right, good deal. So another good day. Again, we've been between 8,500 and 9,000 tickets a day. And no other lottery or giveaway are you ever gonna even get close to those odds. Again, at almost $30,000. So, all right, awesome. Let me go ahead and pull up my desktop, and then is Paper Chasing around or anybody else? We can wrap it up.
I know Don had his hand raised again, but I do not see him here right now. I don't see Paper Chasing either. So, here's Don. Hang on. Don, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just let me do one quick thing here. I did some calculations. So if I had kept my money in ETH instead of the Detonator and a little bit in the farm, I wish I'd know what I knew, because I'd have maybe done a different strategy. But in any case, I got most of my funds in the Detonator. If I kept it in Ethereum, I'd be down 57% right this minute. I put it instead into the Detonator, and from a US dollar standpoint, I'm down 42.5%. But from an LP, an ETH LP standpoint, I'm up 47%.
Amazing.
So all I have, yeah, I mean, it's amazing. So I'm still down, but it won't take much to get back to where we were, with Ethereum. And I mean, I'm up 47% in 9 weeks. And I didn't do any magic boardroom stuff, and I just went to Detonator and some in the farm, and then I switched over to the magic farm. So anyway, I think that's pretty friggin' good.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty friggin' good.
Amazing, Don. Yeah, brother. And again, I know, we try to say it on these AMAs, but it's so much more powerful when community members finally have that light bulb moment. And you said that the magic word there too about doing your calculation in LP. I think that is so liberating when you focus on accumulating LP rather than accumulating dollar value. As long as you're bullish on crypto eventually recovering, which again, it could be a month, it could be a year, or 2 years, who knows. But as long as you're focused on that, the dollar value is really irrelevant. It's about accumulating as many LPs as you possibly can. And again, when we're this low, LP is very cheap to accumulate. So yeah, brother, that was a great. Thanks for jumping on and saying that. Yeah, go ahead.
And if it takes a year, if I made 47% in 9 weeks, where will I be in a year?
Right.
I mean, if that's what it takes for the price of the LP to come back even to where I started. I mean, in a year I would have multiple six figures from the amount that I put in, even at today's price. No, not today's price. If it goes back up to where it was when I bought it.
Right, when you bought it. Yeah, exactly.
Like about $100, $95, $100 for an LP. So Anyway, yeah, you got to look. It's like having gauges on your car. You got to look at the right gauge.
Yep, for sure, brother.
If you're in it for the long run, you got to look at the LP and not the U.S. dollar amount.
Yeah, no doubt. Awesome, Don. Yep, and that was a great analogy. Bull, you got to run for your money on these analogies, man.
No, I like it. I'm always happy to listen to other people's creativity, and that's I'll say my last piece here, but the great part about sharing like ideas and knowledge and stories and between one two people, three people, whatever, is that those are things that nobody else was ever exposed to, like an individual's perception of something. And I often talk about like how special and unique an individual is, but when an individual or a person never shares that knowledge, their stories, their feelings, their expressions about something, that is all wasted and lost. And when you live, in a place where everybody is just an individual and they never interact, they never share anything, I don't think that's a very good place to live. I want to live and be part of a community where people share ideas and build upon the best of all of those ideas, and everybody can benefit from them. And that's the special thing, about bringing individuals together and tying them together with a unified goal about building a community that's better for everybody.
I love it. Yes, Bull. You always know how to leave us with the gems, bro. So yeah, on that note, the mic drop moment of the night. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Any other pressing questions, or we're good to go?
Good to go, bro.
All right, awesome. Well, again, Bull, thank you for being my co-host with the most. Love you, bro, and couldn't do it without you. So thanks for that. And we have an awesome week ahead of us. Again, things have been insane around here. But we're still working diligently on the UI. We have a lot of updates with our merch, and even more things that we're going to be rolling out this week. Our PEG recovery strategy is also being worked on, but at this point, the PEG is recovering organically, and that is so healthy because it leaves all the good actors, the ones that stick around, they have the most potential to earn, and it leaves our treasury massively healthy to, again, protect the protocol as we grow. So things are looking great. Have another meeting later tonight with the hedge fund I was speaking about earlier this week. So that's looking really promising. And so, yeah, everything is looking up here at EMP. Again, be mentally prepared. You never know. We could see another flash crash. But again, if you're accumulating now, even if we see another death candle to the downside, it's another opportunity to DCA and continue to set yourself up for the future. So, all right, we get to do it all over again tomorrow. Again, another awesome day here at EMP. Detonator looking really, really healthy, and we'll see if we see more fireworks with Detonator tomorrow. So, all right, good night, good day. See you tomorrow.